Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Boys Do Sports. Today we got week 7. We're going to hit you with our starts and sits. Then we're going to go into our pick'em record from last week. We both did fairly decent. We'll talk about that later. And then we'll hit you with our week 7 game picks. And then we're going to add back in the play of the week. You guys liked that a lot last year. We haven't had the time to put it in this year, but now we do. So, yeah, we're going to roll that. So, you want to jump straight into our starts with our quarterbacks?
So I got a crazy one. Quarterback's kind of weird. I've got Kyler Murray in 2 leagues, and I'm not starting him this week. And one guy I might be starting is Drake May. So, pretty good debut in week 6. He had poor weapons. Like, nobody can say that his weapons are very good. He has a very poor offensive line. We've seen that. And he didn't have a starting running back, Ramondre Stevenson. And yet he was still able to throw for almost 250 yards and 3 touchdowns and also add in 38 rushing yards. I mean, there were 2 interceptions in there, but touchdowns give you a lot more than the interceptions take. And also, the Jaguars allow the most fantasy points per game to quarterbacks so far this season because we just saw Caleb Williams tear them up.
Yeah, absolutely. My wide receiver start is going to coincide with that very well. So I'm glad you said that. My start is going to be Matty Staffy, man. So he's not had the greatest, but I mean, not the greatest start, but it's because Puka went down, Kupp went down. Kupp is back this week, so you can expect to start your Cooper and Matthew Stafford stacks again. I think this week it's against a very bad Raiders defense that just lost. Like, their offense is probably not going to be on the field a whole lot. I think the Rams, who are 1-4, need a statement win. They need to either, because like if they lose this game or don't absolutely blow the Raiders out of the water, they might be sellers at the trade deadline. So I mean, this is kind of a make or break game for their season.
So you do think Cooper Kupp's going to be back?
Cooper Kupp is confirmed playing, is what I seen on the Twitter today.
That'd be nice, dude. That'd be nice. Man, we could use
Hopefully that stands. I mean, yeah, there's still like a couple more days, but I mean,
yeah, we know Puka's a little far out, but Kupp could return this week, and I hope
coming off a bye week, this is a big game for the Rams. It's got really a make or break fucking game.
Yeah,
so.
If they wanna stay in the run, they got to win this game.
Yep.
Jumping into running back start, I'm gonna go someone that I said to start a few weeks ago, and it was his only bad game. But we're going to go Tony Pollard. The Bills allow the second most fantasy points per game to running backs. And Tajay Spears got hurt last week, and he's week to week with like a hamstring injury, I think. But Pollard ended up with a 74% snap share, which is kind of unheard of for running backs nowadays, unless you're like Christian McCaffrey or something like
Derrick
that.
Henry, yeah.
Yeah, Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry doesn't see more than 50 or 60% of snaps anyway. But and he scored 15-plus PPR fantasy points in 4 out of his 5 games this season, 1 being on a bye. So not 6 games, but 5. And, yeah, so I think he could have another good game, especially with them not being able to throw the ball, Calvin Ridley getting 8 targets and not a single catch. You know, Tony Pollard day.
Yeah. I hope so. I mean, the Bills, their rush defense it seems to be pretty hit or miss. I feel like some weeks they look great, other weeks they get absolutely rammed by Derrick Henry. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Tony Pollard can have a good day. Hopefully, Will Levis doesn't look like shit. My running back start, if he plays, I'm really hoping this cat plays. I need him to. Brian Robinson Jr. They're playing the Panthers. The Panthers have the worst run defense in the NFL. Yep. If Brian Robinson Jr. is healthy and can play, there's a good chance that him, Eckler, whoever, probably the 4th string running back, get 20-plus points. So I'm looking forward to a big day from Brian Robinson Jr. against the Panthers.
No, I am also hoping he plays. I have him in 3 leagues, and I need him in all of them right now.
Real bad.
Losing Jonathan Taylor. Need B-Rob back. If B-Rob's not going to play, I would expect Austin Eckler to have a massive day.
That's what I'm saying. Like
ground, like
either or,
gosh.
whoever is healthy.
Yeah.
I'm liking Commanders running backs here.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. My wide receiver to start, I don't know if it's obvious because I see him on a lot of benches and not in starting lineups, so I feel like it needs to be said. is Jameson Williams. I know a lot of people think he started off hot and then just kind of fell off, which his targets have. But he has scored 14 or more fantasy points in 4 out of the 5 of their games this season. And the Vikings allow the 3rd most fantasy points per game to wide receivers. And J-Mo has surpassed Sam Laporta as the 2nd target leader in this high-powered offense. And actually, Laporta fell to 4th in targets behind Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people kept J-Mo on their bench just because he did have that one bad week, and everybody's like, oh, boom or bust guy, can't start him. No, I mean, like, let's give him a chance here. And it's a big game in the NFC North. It's going to be to tie up first place. It's going to be a big game. And Goff's going to have a massive day to beat that Vikings offense and defense. That Vikings defense is no joke. So
no, not at all.
We'll see how it goes. But, yeah, I like it. My start, like I said, my wide receiver coincides with your quarterback, Demario Douglas, man. The Jaguars' 2nd worst defense against wide receivers. Drake May got this offense rolling last week. Obviously, they still lost, but he threw for 3 touchdowns, one of them being to Demario Douglas. Was it 1 or was it 2? I think
Demario got one. Yeah, Demario got one.
So, yeah, but it was a big one. It was an absolute teardrop from Drake May. I think this offense is going to come out and make a statement against the Jaguars defense that just blatantly sucks.
Yeah, no, Demario Douglas
especially since now the Jaguars are selling.
Yes, and Douglas seemed like he was the wide receiver 1.
He is. He's got 9 targets in back-to-back games.
Yeah,
very good.
Very good. I like it. I liked him a lot last year, but then they drafted 2 wide receivers, and it just didn't know what was going to happen. And with Drake May giving him 9 targets, that's a big sign of what's to come, I think.
Yep.
All right. My tight end start is someone I've been down on all season in the offseason.
Good. We might be the same then.
It's Dalton Schultz, baby.
Oh, man, close. You're going to laugh when you hear
Yeah, the Packers allow the 3rd most fantasy points per game to tight ends, and that's hard to do with how bad the tight ends have been. And Schultz was quietly 2nd on the team with 8 targets last week in their first game without Nico Collins. He was only behind Dell in targets, who had 9. So it's not much difference, and this will be a very high-scoring game with plenty of points to be had for all fantasy assets. So, Schultz.
Yeah, I feel like Schultz has burnt me in so many weeks.
Yes.
And then the one time I put him on my bench to start Evan Ingram, finally, by the way, it's going to probably just go, he's going to go for 2 touchdowns, 427 yards, something crazy. My start, like I said, we've both been down on him all year, mainly because of his quarterback situation. I got David Njoku. So last week, he got 7 targets. He only caught 5 of them for 31 yards, not big. But now that Amari Cooper's gone, Deshaun Watson's probably going to look his way at least 4 to 5 times more, I think. Like he might get 13, 14 targets in this game against the Bengals. The Bengals are not a great defense, despite what they just put up against the Giants. I don't want to talk about that. That was terrible. The Bengals don't have a great defense, all right? Any good offense can probably put 30 on their head. The Browns are a shit team, but I can see this game at least being 20 to 30 points of offense.
Yeah, no, I have been down on, like you said, it's the same. I've been down on Njoku. I didn't like it. Deshaun Watson, for some reason, doesn't throw to him, but the man's got to throw to somebody. I mean, he's going to at least throw 30 balls every week because they suck. And I think at least 8, 9, 10 of them can go to Njoku. And do you know what's funny? Njoku got dropped in one of my leagues, and I picked him up on waivers this week. Njoku.
Yeah, unbelievable, man.
Yeah,
you can't be dropping him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Shows how
now
much
I have
of a wasteland
Njoku,
tight end is.
Njoku, Kincaid, Kraft, and Ferguson all on one fantasy team. I don't know what to do. But it's just nuts. Yeah, trying to, but insane. Nobody looks at fucking trades.
Nobody looks at trades. No.
Yeah. But we'll hop right into sits. Kyler Murray at quarterback.
Sure.
Like I kind of said earlier, I'm not starting him. He is boom or bust this year, and that's hard to do at a quarterback position. But the Chargers defense is real. Like, I don't know if they did something, but their defense was ass last year, and now it's good. They allowed the 6th lowest fantasy points per game to quarterbacks, and he's already had 4 games this year with less than 16 fantasy points. And he will be without Marvin Harrison Jr. likely because his concussion. And he's also only thrown for more than 1 touchdown one time this season where he threw 2. So
yeah, I mean, if Maserati Marv is not going to play this week, Kyler Murray is probably going to be in a world of trouble with his like one weapon being like Greg Dortch and Trey McBride. I'm not a fan, man.
No.
My Sid at quarterback, a little biased. It's Jalen Hurts. So Jalen Hurts, if you can't put up points against the Browns, man, it's probably going to be a pretty tough week. So we did throw for 2 touchdowns, but one of those kind of coming in like a garbage time situation. Nick Sirianni trying to, do his Nick Sirianni thing. But the Giants' defense has been like stellar, man. They've been absolutely just great. I think they've only let up 1 passing touchdown in the past 2 games. And we know Jalen Hurts is not a proficient passer. So I'm excited to see what this game is going to bring. I don't think Jalen Hurts gets it done through the air. If he gets it done on the ground, it might be a tough call because, if he gets running back points, he gets running back points. But as a quarterback, I think he struggles going through the air.
Yeah, I wasn't.
And especially seeing how it's Saquon's return to MetLife. I think Nick Sirianni's gonna do the Nick Sirianni thing and be like, "We're gonna run him down your throat."
Yeah,
Giants fans.
200 yards and yeah.
Yeah, let him have 50 carries.
I wasn't big on drafting Jalen Hurts. They were drafting him like wide or quarterback 3, and I was like, no thanks. Like this man, like I could see him like getting benched throughout the year because they're losing games, which. What is their record right now? I'm not sure. It's not
they
great.
They are 500, above 500, 3-2, because they got to play the Browns last week. Win.
So like it's not super good. This was supposed to be a really good team. I wasn't high on Hurts. I thought maybe guys like Kyler Murray, Jaden Daniels, and Joe Burrow could outscore him, but honestly, Hurts has been that average 20 points a game, which is hard to come by for some reason this year. So I did make a trade for him last week, and he did put up right at 20 points for me, and I expect him – he's got a really easy schedule coming up.
Yeah, but his best week is 22, and that's not good. I'm sorry.
That's not good for a running
with
quarterback.
With his rushing upside, that's not cutting it.
It's because
if you took him super early, it's not cutting it.
No, yeah, for sure, no. But moving on to running back, my sit is Jordan Mason. I think he's going to play. If he doesn't play, I would sit Isaac Guerendo. Like, it's definitely looking like Mason will be limited this week with that shoulder injury, I think it was, which is hard for running backs. And the Chiefs allow the lowest fantasy points per game to running backs, holding guys like Dobbins, Kamara, Bijan, and Zach Moss to less than 3 yards per carry. And other than, I think it was Bijan, it was like less than 2.4 yards per carry. So just really hard time. Kamara got it done in the air. So I guess Mason could get it done in the air, but he hasn't done that much this year.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with that same exact matchup, but on the other side, my sit is going to be Kareem Hunt. So the Niners defense, you kind of just shined on the Chiefs defense, but the Niners defense just held Kenneth Walker to 32 yards, 2.3 average, and an 8-yard long run. He did get a touchdown, but that just saved his entire week because he had 14 rushes for 32 yards, and he is a far better running back than Kareem Hunt. I definitely think that the Chiefs might even go back into their bag a little bit with CEH coming back. I don't know how much that's going to affect Kareem Hunt's role, but against the Niners, the Super Bowl rematch, go ahead and keep Kareem Hunt on your bench if you can.
Yeah, no, I almost went that way, but then I decided to flip it around because I think the 49ers, they don't let up a lot of run game either. So I thought about going that way, but I just went ahead and went Mason because he is more of a, like, they've been starting him since week 1. Like, they're going to keep starting him, one of those guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it. Moving on to wide receiver, George Pickens. I'm sitting George Pickens. I don't have him anywhere, but I would. They're playing the Jets, and they allow the 4th lowest fantasy points per game to wide receivers, and Pickens hasn't scored more than 16 fantasy points in a game this season for his big play ability, and all that. And he also has scored less than 9 fantasy points in 3 out of his 6 games this year. And there will most likely be a quarterback change this week for some reason. I don't know why, and it's probably not an upgrade. I don't think I would say Russell Wilson's an upgrade over Justin Fields. So I think we're sitting him. We're sitting the man.
Yeah, I think the only upside that Russell Wilson brings is leadership. We've seen it a little bit on the Broncos. They had some gritty wins, but that's not something the Steelers team needs. The Steelers team needs Justin Fields, in my opinion. I like what Justin Fields is doing for them. So, yeah, whenever the Steelers are going to lose that rushing upside that the quarterback provided, I don't know how it's going to look. Russell Wilson might be on the bench again. Who knows? I'm sticking with that same matchup, just flip-flopped again. I don't know how we keep doing this. I'm sitting Davante Adams this week. So he is playing on Sunday from a ghost hamstring injury. We all knew that shit was fake. But it's his first week in a new offense with the Jets. I know they're going to try and force him the ball, but it's against the Steelers. The Steelers' defense is good. I think they have 7 interceptions on the year already. They get turnovers. Aaron Rodgers has been seeing he looks like he's seeing ghosts. I don't know. Maybe that Mike Williams drop on multiple occasions on Monday night just kind of scarred him. But I'm not too big on Davante Adams this week. Maybe next week I will be. But as a Garrett Wilson owner, I'm hoping Davante Adams' role this week is limited.
Yeah, the only thing I would be afraid of is that Nathaniel Hackett is still installed this offense, and that was the offense and the end of Green Bay.
It's a different
Davante
offense.
Adams.
It's a different offense, though.
I don't know. It's Nathaniel Hackett, though.
Well, no, I know that. I know it's the same OC. I was looking at some tweets, scrolling through some shit, and it just says it looks like a completely different offense from what they ran in Green Bay. So I don't know.
But either way, Davante Adams probably hasn't caught a pass in a game since 2021. I think that was when the last time they played together. Yeah, so
it's been a while.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be just an easy seam lineup. And who's the Steelers' good corner? What's his name?
I'm looking it up right now. That's going to bother me.
Yeah, he could end up shadowing Davante and making his life a living hell.
Yeah, I think. I just don't know who's going to get. So we got Joey Porter and James Pierre.
Yeah.
And then Dante Jackson, who is all right. But yeah, Joey Porter, if he gets locked up on Davante, Garrett Wilson might have a big game, and Davante will not. So We'll see. You want to hit us with your tight end?
Oh, it's that same game. That's why I thought we were done. Pat Freiermuth. With only 6 targets over the last 2 weeks, Muth has been letting fantasy managers down, and he's going to do it again. The Jets allow the 7th lowest fantasy points per game to tight ends, and I think this will be a very low-scoring game. And then the same thing with Pickens, quarterback change, not a lot of continuity and stuff like that. I'm not starting Muth. I'm not starting Pickens. I know this tight end group is just awful, but keep me out of Muth.
Yeah, no, that does suck because I do own Muth. But my tight end sit, I really just can't even pick one at this point. Tight end has just been such a wasteland all year. If we come into one that I just really hate, then I'll tell you guys. But I think I've only had 3 tight end sets this entire season, and I'm sticking with that. Yeah, I cannot.
Only reason I did it is because I've seen Muth in 2 different starting lineups this week, still in the starting lineup, and he has 3 points each of the last 2 weeks. So it just amazes me, I guess.
Yeah, time to put him down one.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and roll it into our Pick'em record recap. You might want to get excited.
I went 14-0. I didn't miss a single fucking game somehow. I don't know. I didn't pick my boys. I went with Lions.
Sure did.
They demolished them. I should get bonus points for them killing them. But
how bad? Yeah.
You went 10-4, so good week, great week.
Yeah, I got way back on top this week.
Yeah, I think it helped us that a lot of the teams who were supposed to win won. It helped.
Yeah.
A lot of the teams who I thought should win as underdogs won. Like, who did I bet on? The Bills. Another
Bills
couple
being
teams.
underdogs is so silly, dude.
There was another team that was underdogs I had in a parlay. I thought it was fucking ridiculous. Maybe it was the Colts. The Colts were underdogs to the Titans.
Colts were underdogs, yeah. I thought that one was crazy too.
Like, I don't care who plays quarterback. They're going to beat the Titans.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And the Bears were underdogs to London. I think we both got that one.
Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our Week 7 game picks. Thursday night football. Tomorrow night, Broncos Saints. Who you got?
So,
Spencer Rattler with no Chris Olave, no Rashid Shaheed.
He's only got Bub Means. I'm going Broncos. Like, they're going to win this game. I don't see any way that the Saints can win it.
I'm also going with the Broncos, and I'll go ahead and hit you with an anytime touchdown scorer. Troy Franklin, baby. just believe, all right? He's had opportunities to get touchdowns all year. They keep looking his way. I love I love it. All right, Troy Franklin, anytime touchdown scorer. But give me the Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos.
Next game, 100%. We got 8:30 a.m. I think we got another London game. The Jaguars stay across the pond again.
Yep.
Patriots, Jags. Why do they keep having the Jags across the pond?
I don't know.
Dude?
Like, it makes
this is like their fifth game in like the past 3 years.
Yeah, it sucks because this second game counts as their home game.
Yeah, dude.
It doesn't make sense. I guess if they're calling the hotel their 2-week home, but hell.
Fucking.
But since there is going to be the same thing, they're going to be playing a rookie quarterback, probably maybe going out of the country for the first time in his life. Maybe. You never know.
Yeah.
I'm going Jags. I see it. I see it.
They're 5.5-point favorites.
That's ridiculous.
I'm taking the Patriots, and we'll get to my play of the day later. It's good. The money line is great there.
Yeah.
First noon game here, we got Seahawks, Falcons. Who you got?
Seahawks. I'm not a big fan of this Falcons team.
I think we're gonna get separated again. I'm going with Kirk Cousins and the Falcons at home, man. I'm gonna watch them get it done. Next game we got Titans, Bills. Pretty easy.
Yeah, Bills all the way.
Yeah, Bills they're gonna cover that spread. Minus 9.5 is gonna be way too easy.
Yep.
Bengals, Browns, little AFC North matchup here. We're going with Bengals. Bengals. Yeah. And to cover the 5.5-point spread, absolutely. Next game, we got Texans-Packers. This one could be sneaky good. Texans are underdogs.
This is going to be a very high-scoring game, and it's going to be a good game. I can't wait to watch it, but I'm going Packers.
Man, I'm going to go Texans. The Texans put up 41 last week against a pretty solid defense. I think that Texans offense just clicking right now, man. They're clicking.
Yeah.
Dolphins-Colts. Colts are 3-point favorites. Think they should be a little more.
I'm going Dolphins.
I'm taking the Colts. What?
I'm going Dolphins. Yep.
All right, dude.
Off of a bye. Good offensive head coach coming off of a bye. I think Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill are going to get a lot of weird touches. I'll just say
I think they're going to have to – Tyreek Hill is going to have to play Wildcat quarterback for them to win that football game. So give me the Colts.
He might.
Lions-Vikings. Another great game at noon.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb that they're putting this many good games at noon.
I'm going to take the Lions. Coming off a massive W.
I'm going Lions. 100% Lions.
Yeah, they look good right now, man, and they're rolling. So, yeah, give me the Lions. Both had a bye week. 2 weeks of preparation for this game. Should be fun.
Yep.
Giants-Eagles. Giants at home. 3-point dogs. You got?
Eagles.
Sorry. All right, well, nope, going with the G-Men, and I think the Giants probably win that game by 10. Putting it down now. Fuck the Eagles, brother. Raiders-Rams. First 3 o'clock game. Like we said, this is a big game for the Rams.
Raiders-Rams. I got Rams.
I got the Rams too. -6.5 feels like a lot, but if Cooper Kupp plays, absolutely, they might cover that. Commanders, Panthers. Yeah, this is pretty easy. We're going to go probably Panthers here.
Commies.
Yep. Commanders improved to 5-2 for the first time since 2020. Chiefs and 49ers, they probably weren't even 5-2 in 2020. They made the fucking playoffs at like 6-10. Yeah, weird day, weird year, dude. Chiefs and Niners, man, this one could be fun. I think the Niners give the Chiefs their first loss.
I'm going Chiefs.
All right, well, we're pretty separated this week.
Yeah, this will be
a
a telling week.
Yep. Yeah, no kidding. Sunday night football, we got Jets Steelers. Jets are 2-point favorites on the road.
I'm going Jets.
I'm also going with the Jets. 2-4 just doesn't
quarterback
seem
change.
right, bro.
Quarterback change is going to be tough on the Steelers.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a questionable choice week 6.
Well, I want to know if it hurts the morale of the room. Like, you know what I mean? Like 4-2, and you bench your quarterback, who won last week. I know they beat up on a bad Raiders team, but still.
Yeah, a win is a win.
Yeah.
You got to win in this league, bro. And if you could come out and win 4, yeah, it's good. Monday Night Football, we got another fucking stupid doubleheader. NFL, we don't like it. All right, stop. Stop pushing this shit down our throat, bro. We don't enjoy it. Okay?
It's dumb.
All right.
Dumb.
We're done. But first, the only game that we'll probably have on, I'm not switching to the 8 o'clock game at all because it sucks. We got Ravens-Bucks. Should be a great game. Should be a lot of fun.
A lot of scoring. Very high-scoring game. I think Baker's going to have a day. Lamar's going to have a day. Chris Godwin's going to have the best day as the fantasy wide receiver fucking one. I'm going Ravens, though.
I'm taking the Bucks. Shout out Cody. It's going to be a big day for you, buddy. I'm going with the Bucks. Hot off a week. Baker had his signature Jameis Winston start, dude. 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, like 500 yards, dude. Just had an absolute JMO day. Yeah, I think the Bucks upset at home here.
I thought the Bucks were going to screw my parlay last week.
Me too, dude. Up 18,
Really?
blew the lead, and then decided to gap them by 20 in the end. Weird game.
Perfect.
Baker did all he could in the middle of that game to lose, and then came back and to do everything he could to win. It was wild. A lot of fun, though. Chargers, Cardinals. Chargers are 2.5-point favorites on the road.
Yeah, I'm going Chargers here. Cards are not going to be any good without Marv, and just it's going to be a very low morale week.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to take the Chargers here. Maybe Justin Herbert has an absolute day against the Cardinals defense, so he needs a nice bounce back week.
Yeah, take that over on Herbert passing. And recap on the record, by the way. Didn't get to that. I am 57-35. That 14-0 helped a lot. You're 48-44, down 9.
Yeah, but I'm 4 games up on 500. My credibility is back.
Getting better.
Credibility is back. Back in the building, baby. All right, so bringing the segment back, we got play of the week. My play of the week, we talked about it a little bit. Plus 195 on the money line. It's going to be 8:38 a.m. I'm going to take a shower at probably 7, crack a beer by 7:30, have like a croquet and a fucking macaroon, whatever the fucking London thing is, and then I'm going to watch the Patriots absolutely kick the donkey piss out of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah,
there you go.
I can't do it because it's the Patriots. I am going to be excited for a good fantasy day, but I just don't see it happening.
100 to win 300. Lock me in.
100 to win 300. That's good money.
That is good money.
I've got an even money bet. 100 win you 200. Chiefs money line plus 102. They are the underdogs. I don't want to say anything earlier when we were talking about it. I said Chiefs, and I just kind of kept it quiet.
Patrick Mahomes has never lost as an underdog.
Plus 102. Listen, since the beginning of last season, including the playoffs, only 2 teams have scored more than 24 points on them out of 26 total games. Only 2 teams scored more than 24 points on the Chiefs in 26 games. The 2 teams were the Packers in their late season run last year. Remember, they went like 8-0 in the late season. And then they scored 27 on them. And then the Bengals this year in week 2, who scored 25. So 25 and 27, not much more than 24. But those two teams, no teams scored more than 27 points on them in those 26 games. So that's how, if you put it in perspective, that's including playoffs too. So 26 total games, no team has scored more than 27, only 2 more than 24. All right, also, since the beginning of last year, including last year's playoffs, the 49ers have lost every single game that they scored less than 24 points. You see where I'm going here? Yeah, every game that they've scored less than 24 points, they lost, which was 9 games. They're 9 losses out of 26 games in the last 2 seasons, partial this season and full last season, including playoffs. 26 total games, they lost 9 of them because they scored less than 24 points. So Chiefs are going to hold them under 24. They're going to lose. It's 100%.
It's 100%. It's locked in. Man, I actually do want to know Patrick Mahomes' record as an underdog, because throughout the playoffs, he was an underdog twice to the Ravens and to the Niners. And he
beat their ass.
Yeah. So, that was stressful. I had Chiefs money line in the Super Bowl. I was definitely stressing over that OT. Should be a really fun game at 325 though. Amidst some pretty dog shit games. So yeah, we'll probably have that one on. Yeah, that's about all we got. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you made it this far, definitely make sure to drop a like. If you guys want to go check out our other socials, the link is in the description as always, and we'll see you guys next week for week 8.